Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG on the north spawn of Lakeville and under the command of Beerwalla. Game on. Well, 2 marks of excellence on the barrel. Beerwalla obviously knows how to play the Fifi. Yep, that's the name that was given to it by one of the members of What Arty Noobs some time ago. And yes, it is actually quite fitting because it's French and it fires a lot of shells at the enemy, so it pew-pews at them a lot. Okay, well, Beerwalla's decided he's going to try and shoot down the lake road at any enemy tanks that try to come down here. And he's aiming by firing at the bush first. And notice how he's looking for the fence to be knocked down. If the fence goes down, somebody is behind the bush. But in actual fact, he's suddenly spotted that there are enemy tanks he can fire at in the valley, so he's decided to move to that instead. Now, it's a 105mm light field howitzer. That's where you get the leFH on the name from. And is based on a Char B2, or Char B1 actually is the French tank, but the Germans called it the B2 after they captured it. And it's capable of doing 410 alpha, penetrating 53mm of armour. And the standard reload is 8.92 seconds. And he's got it down to, well, I think it's under 7 actually, or it's about 7. Rounds out. Nope, didn't get a hit there, but you can see where he hit the Skoda on the last shot because it hit the turret with a blind shot. And now he's got him on the engine as well. Okay, lining him up for another one. 7.85 seconds is the reload. Okay, that guy's backing away. We've now got a VK3001P, which used to be a medium tank. It's now a heavy, but he's getting hits. The first shot does 140. The VK's pulling back because he knows he's in danger. Oh, we got a red line there. When you get a red line, that means there's some obstruction in the way that's blocking the field of fire. I think he hit the cliff area there. Now, knocking the tree down is not a great move because it actually does tell the enemy where you are. But I have the feeling that he's just moving to try and get the enemy into sight so he can shoot. Hey, AT2 first, rounds out. Didn't get that one. Looks like it went long actually. And he's firing another HE, rounds out. Yeah, he gets the hit. You can see it's on the casement, right at the side. And you get another one in, rounds out. Oh, that was a good one. Yep, he got the AT2, he wiped him out. Only 81 hit points, but that's all he needed. Now, the other RT on our team is a Gorilla, and on the enemy team, they've got a Gorilla and an SU-122A, which is kind of unfair, really, because the Fifi is a major advantage in any team because of the fire rate. It's absolutely crippling to the enemy. Okay, got a lovely shot there on the T1 Heavy, which tracked him. You can see one of the shots actually hit the turret. Rounds out. Nope, didn't get that one. The guy must have pulled back just in time. Okay, fires another one in. Didn't stay to watch and see what happened. We normally like you to stay and watch because he could get a blind shot and he won't find that out if he doesn't watch where the shell goes. But I can understand he's trying to get into a different firing position or avoid counter battery. In fact, he's firing towards the town now because there are enemy tanks over there, but we've lost all the teammates that we had in the town area, so he's not going to be able to shoot at any of them until they come out of the town. In the meantime, the VK is trying to use that wreck for cover. He's pushing the Skoda T24 wreck forwards, but it's not helping because he is still getting hit. Now, he fixed his tracks to pull back, fire one in. Oh, he got another hit there. In the meantime, an AMX 12 ton has made it up onto the heights. Now, it's a tier 6 game with tier 4 tanks in it. Was it tier 5? No, it's tier 5 tanks, sorry. My mistake there. He does get a hit on the AMX 12 ton. It was only 398, which is a penetrating shot. And now he damages him a bit more from a near miss. Okay. That AMX 12 tons had enough, and you can see where the enemy Arties are. They're on either side of the path. One's up the bank at the on the I should say actually, it's on the west side of the valley, and the other one's on the east side of the valley. But he spotted this Churchill 7 coming in. He gets a direct hit with that shot for 131. He's going to pulverize these guys one by one. He fires at the 40 TP, gets a direct hit. He's trying to discourage these guys from moving any further forward, because if they do, they get hit. And another direct hit, but it only actually damages the tracks. But the guy fixed his tracks straight away, and no, that one went long. You need to aim directly ahead of its path and let it drive into the shell. That's better. Yep, that one worked. Although that one just hit the tracks. Okay, we can get it the next one. Yes, that's better. Right into the side. 175 hit points. That's how you do it. Now, he's lost sight of those ones, but oh my god, he killed the guy with the next shot. He was still there. Okay, so we've got enemy coming in from the town. We've got a T-3485M. Just got wiped out. He was taken out by the M10 RBFM. We've got that AMX 12-ton who's halfway down the valley at the choke point, and he's sitting behind that rock. I think he's still there, actually. I'm pretty sure he's still there. And when our AT2 gets close, we'll spot him. Can't see him at the moment, but he must still be there. And there's the enemy Arty firing in. Now, both Artys on the enemy team do have stun. Oh, that hit something. Something was behind the rock there. You can see that. And now the enemy's in our cap area. T67 just went into the cap. We've got a 40 TP who's already been hit by us. You can see on that lower plate. And he's just been hit again for 137. I think now that that Beerwalla is going to just concentrate on that guy. It looks like he got another hit. The 40 TP's come back. There he is. He's in sight. And that's a hit on the turret, right on top of the turret. That's where the roof is really thin. Now, can he get another hit? Well, he splashed in for 25 hit points. He can get a kill shot with the next round if he gets it on target. Unfortunately, he loses sight of the target. Instead, he's going for the T1 Heavy in the valley. Okay, he's letting it dial in. We've got nobody up the valley now because the AT2 got wiped out. But so did their AMX 12-ton. He's gone. There's only 4 left on the enemy team. 2 of them are Arty. The T1 Heavy just took a hit. The BK is behind that rock. And then they've got their Arty at the... one of their Arty at the back. One's been wiped out. It's the SU-122A that's at the back. The 40 TP is near our cap, but he's very badly damaged. Oh! And the AMX 12-ton on our team kills the VK3001P on the enemy team. So, now there's only 3 enemies left. We can't see the 40 TP. I think he's pulled back because the M10 RBFM is in a position where he should be able to spot that 40 TP, but there's nobody in sight. We're looking towards the other side of the valley. Nobody's up there to spot either. We haven't got anybody up the other end. The MX 12-ton is trying to get high. And the 40 TP's come into sight again. Okay, we can go for this guy and take him out of the game if we can get a direct hit. Go for it. Oh! Well, the M10 RBFM made that very final and sent the guy back to the garage. So now, the AMX 12-ton's gone to the choke point. He's looking down the valley. We just lost the M10 RBFM to their Arty. But we know their Arty was last seen at down the other end of the valley. So he's probably did that very long range. Okay, so it's a T1 Heavy that we've got at the other end of the valley. Beerwalla's got 2 kills so far, but he's done 2,232 hit points of damage, so he could be close to getting a high caliber out of this game. Despite the fact that he's not suffered any damage at all, he's dealt a lot of damage. Oh my gun! What did our AMX 12-ton do? At least he managed to do a quick roll. That was a not a no-scope 360, that was a no-scope tumble, you might say. He said, Lol, now is not the time for somersaults. He's so right, so right. Okay, so it's the AMX 12 ton and Beerwalla and his gorilla against the enemy T1 Heavy and their Arty, the SU-122. The AMX 12 ton was saying help a second or so ago. I think he says don't spot until we're in range. He just needs to find out where the enemy is so we can do some damage. The gorilla's coming with us. The AMX 12 ton's got to the other end of the river road or lake road. Can we see anyone? Not yet. That might mean that they're in the town, because we did check the valley. The AMX 12 ton did a quick look, so it kind of suggests the enemy's up ahead of us. The gorilla's going first. Now he's a little bit faster than the PP, because the PP can only do 28 kilometers an hour because it's based on a heavy tank, whereas the gorilla is actually based on... Oh no! We lost the AMX 12 ton. Well, the gorilla's based on the same vehicle as the Biz 38, the light Biz 38, which of course was the Czech tank, a Czech light tank, but it's the same hull that was used for the Jagdpanzer 38T, which of course became known as the Hetzer. Also, the same vehicle that used for the Marder as well. Okay, so we know where the T1 Heavy was last seen, and of course, the thing is, Beerwalla's got the better view range. He's got a view range of 390 meters. So he'll spot the enemy and could take him out. And he's berating the AMX 12 ton at the moment because he said you didn't wait. He needed to wait until the Arty was in a position so they could start shooting at the targets the AMX 12 ton was spotting. But unfortunately, because of what he did, now the Arty are going to have to do all of it, find the enemy, spot them, and then kill them. And that can be dangerous for enemy Arty. Now there's a vehicle in our way. Get around it. It's a 40TP, so it's quite a heavy whack. Again, the gorilla's going out front. Now he shouldn't be doing that now because hasn't got the view range like we do, so he would actually have a bit of a problem. And Beerwalla's telling him to stop. And he says, let me go first, because you see, Beerwalla knows that his vehicle has got the view range to spot the enemy. And if that T1 Heavy is actually sitting in the cap area waiting for us to turn up, Beerwalla's going to be able to spot him and take shots at him. He's trying to get height here to spot the enemy from distance. Doesn't really want to get easily spotted by the enemy. Okay, that's the 2-minute warning. Based on where we last saw the T1 Heavy. Oh, we found the enemy SU-122, so now we can take him out easily. Just let it dial in fully. They're capping at the other end. We can easily beat him. There's the SU-122 back to the garage. And the T1 Heavy went through our cap area, but he's not there at the moment. He's decided to leave the cap. Now, he probably now knows that since his Arty just got wiped out, he must realise that both Arty are actually very close to his cap. And we're about to start capping. This is where life gets very interesting. The T1 Heavy is going to have to make it back in time to stop these guys from winning by capping out. Now, ideally, the gorilla would take position behind the PP and use his bolt for protection. That's it. He's doing it right, because if he comes from the valley, then it's going to protect the gorilla. If the gorilla spots him first, then the Fifi can turn around and blast him with a 105mm at close range. But they're going to cap out in 18 seconds if the T1 Heavy doesn't get back in time. And I had the feeling he's not going to make it. He's too slow. So this is where it gets really good fun. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They've done it. They've won. They capped out. Arty wins. And they're both very happy about that, you can tell. Great game. Here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for Beerwalla in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 22. He got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle, and he also did pick up the high caliber at the end for getting the most damage in that game overall. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage in this one was 3,071 hit points by Beerwalla, a huge result. The second highest damage was the AMX-12 ton on his team, who was a little precocious, you might say. He went in when Beerwalla was saying, wait for the Arty to turn up, and unfortunately he got wiped out very, very quickly by the enemy. The next one, in the next highest, was in fact the Churchill 7 on the enemy team. We got 1,333 hit points of damage, and that 40 TP managed 1,247 in the end. When it came to kills, it was the AMX-12 ton did the best. He got 4 kills, but so did the T-3485M on the enemy team. In joint second place, we've got Beerwalla with 3 kills, and the T1 Heavy, who was still alive on the enemy team, desperately trying to get back to reset the cap. Just a little too late, a bit too slow. Probably chose the wrong way to come. He should have come down the lake road, not through the valley, and I think that's where he came, and that's why he didn't turn up at all. When it came to base XP, we can see that Beerwalla got the highest with 1,354. Second highest was the MX-12 ton with 1,069. And third was the Gorilla, who managed 716. Yes, he was still in the cap right at the very end. He fired 41 shots, Beerwalla did. He had 9 rounds left at the end of the game. Got 23 direct hits on the enemy, 2 penetrating shots, and 23 splash. I think we can see which ones he penetrated. Yep, he got the SU-122A with a direct hit fired from the town. And he also got the AMX-12 ton on the enemy team as well with a direct hit. He also did 3,071 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters with 23 splashes. 1 enemy vehicle spotted. I think that was the SU-122A. 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, 234 hit points of damage assistance, and he got 52 capture points in the cap. On a premium count, he actually earned 61,429 credits from the game, and he also took away 2,843 experience points. But the best thing, of course, was getting an ace tanker, Gauze, and a high caliber, and of course capping out before the T1 Heavy could return. That was just priceless. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.